Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brick by Brick. I am your host, Brad Critchfield, and this is the podcast that builds community one conversation at a time, brick by brick. Now, today's episode is a little bit different than our normal interviews. We're going to be talking to the candidates for Lakewood City Council District 2. All candidates were invited and all have accepted the invite, and we're going to get to know them on today's show. So without further ado, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, Brad. Thank you very much for inviting me. My name is Ahmed Rafi. I go by Rafi, and I'm so pleased to be here. The first thing I want to say is to give tribute to my beloved wife, resting in peace. Can you show it in the camera?
Yeah, go for it.
This is my wife, and she was the biggest supporter for everything I did in my life after. Besides, God help me, God help us.
Beautiful. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your connection to the Lakewood community?
Nancy and me, and with 2 kids, we moved into Lakewood in 1986, 40 years ago. And since then, we decided to stay put because we loved Lakewood so much. We didn't want to move out. And our kids, Mohammed and Sarah, they both went to schools here in Lakewood. The elementary, Craig Pulliam Elementary and Mayfair High School. And they were parts of the community. We were part of the community. Ever since we moved, I started volunteering for Neighborhood Watch as a Neighborhood Watch captain. I'm still is a Neighborhood Watch captain.
So Rafi, what makes you want to run for city council?
I love public service. I inherited public service. My father was a public servant. All my uncles, all family members were public servants, either working for the government or the teachers. And ever since I moved, I started volunteering for the Lakewood City, and that gives me inherent satisfaction. This is something intrinsic value that you cannot quantify. That's the reason I go for the civic engagement. I go for the volunteering for nonprofit organizations, and that's my nature. That's why I do the thing. And I want to do great things for the city of Lakewood as and when I elected. Thank you.
This episode of Brick by Brick is brought to you by Hearthy Foods. Go to hearthyfoods.com and use promo code BRICK at the checkout and save 50% off your order today. They're the best single ingredient supplements out there at the best price. So go to hearthyfoods.com, get a great product while supporting your community podcasts. So you're talking to voters, you're talking to constituents. What do you hear people say, and then what are you focused on in those conversations?
I talk to people, the neighbors. Their main concern is safety. And I agree with that. The well-being of the city, thank goodness, our current leaders, they are doing great job in maintaining the city finances and the city budgets. They really are super leaders right now. And I want to either maintain that, if not improve it, make it more surplus in the budget, more reserves, so that we have enough comfortable resources to meet any need if it comes through. But otherwise, that's what I want to do. I have 5 things that I have in my agenda to do it. The number 1 is safety and unity, definitely. And number 2 is actually well-being of the finances. We want to work with the businesses, nonprofits, and make sure that Lakewood Mall is our main source, and we want to maintain that, if not improve more. And the thing is that the family comes because this is the family community. And we want to make sure that children, students, all the elders, and everyone enjoys the life in the Lakewood comfortably. So the prosperity comes there. And then we want to work in partnership with nonprofit organizations, with businesses to make sure we get more productive, we get more resources. And the next thing is we want to work with our different public source resources like county, state, federal. So we want to have everybody in line and coordinate with them and work with them to show them the progress and get more support. This is my goal. That's what I want to do, continue to do when I'm in the council.
What's one issue in Lakewood you feel doesn't get enough attention?
I think different people have number one priority, but most of them they say that safety is number one because we don't want to have any kind of problems with the thefts or like catalytic converter theft and some other things, or burglaries or something. So the people should be safe. If they are safe, they cannot enjoy the life. That's for sure.
Right.
So we need to spend more resources on security, either more patrolling or have some outside security system watching our neighborhoods, watching our streets, watching our businesses to make sure that they're all safe and free from any kind of problems.
What's one thing you feel Lakewood really gets right?
Lakewood is always right in maintaining our two things actually: maintaining our resources, finances, and infrastructure. Right now, this is undergoing right now the construction and improvement of the city hall. That's huge improvement, and city is doing real well. In as soon as you enter from other city to the Lakewood city, you feel difference. So that's part of the infrastructure work that city is doing. Is marvelous job, and I really appreciate that.
What's for somebody who's still undecided, what do you want them to understand about you as a candidate and your campaign in this race?
I just wanted to say that I have experience in public service. I'm so enthusiastic for the public service that I changed when I was starting my education is in public service. When I was working in the private industry, as soon as I got the first chance, I switched to the public service in the federal government, in the United States Air Force, and I worked hard and I proved to them that I'm worthy of their honor, and they gave me exemplary civilian retirement honor. And in my name, a flag of the United States was flown over the Capitol Hill by then Senator Barbara Boxer. And I'm so proud and I'm so glad that I did it. They recognized my public service. So the same theory, the same practice, I want to bring it to the Lakewood. And in order to do that, I kept learning. I believe learning is a lifelong process, and I learn and I teach. And recently I did my PhD at the age of 70 plus after my retirement. Thanks to my beloved wife, resting in peace, Nancy, that you already saw her. She was the great force in helping me, encouraging me, pushing me to do it, and I did it. I'm so glad, I'm so proud, and I'm using that information to provide services to the city, as well as I work with the associations, like, for example, American Society of Public Administration. Just last month, I gave a presentation about our city, that how we are doing, how we are partnering with the businesses, with the nonprofits to bring community together to encourage civic engagement. And my presentation at the conference was very well received, and they wanted to know more. It's a work in progress, and I'll do it. So I wanted to tell you that I am the one candidate that is devoted from beginning of my career to this day and for the future to do the public service, and I'll do my best to provide all the things that city, community, businesses, nonprofit they need.
If you've been in an auto accident, don't get mad, call the pad. Preferred Auto Design is Lakewood's #1 auto body and collision center for a reason. Owner David Ariano runs a first-class shop with honesty, quality, and care you can trust. So remember, you get in an accident, call the pad. All right.
Thank you.
So in this segment, this is our rapid fire segment, okay? So just one word answers as fast as you can. All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Early morning or late night?
Late night.
Favorite place to eat in Lakewood?
Oh, there's so many of them. It's hard to decide.
Do you have one?
I actually used to go to the soup plantation, but now I go to the Dave's Chicken.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
I go to the beach.
Text or phone call?
Text, yeah.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Apple or Android?
Android.
Instagram or TikTok?
TikTok.
Right. Marvel or DC?
DC.
Okay. In just a couple sentences, what does the word community mean to you?
Community means to me that it's a family. Because if one person in community is hurt, you feel it. You feel the pain. It's like a family member. So we have to take care of each and every member of the community as if they are our family members. And that means we have to bring all our resources, all our efforts to make sure there is no problem. Or if there is any problem, it is solved immediately, properly, and at the best possible cost. This is my theory, is the community is a family.
All right, so for this last segment, this is the part where you get to talk right to the camera, and you're going to talk to the voters and let them know, why should they vote for you, and then where can they go to get more information and support.
I just wanted to emphasize that I have been not only public servants for a long time, but also I'm a volunteer for the long time. Ever since we moved to Lakewood, I've been block captain of neighborhood watch block captain of the city of Lakewood, and I'm still participating. I'm also a volunteer for the Friends of the Lakewood Library, also volunteer for the Pan Am Association. Coming up in next month, it's going to be a big festival in the Mayfair Park, so please come there and enjoy. I just wanted to make sure that every community, every member in the community enjoys what we have to offer, what the city has to offer. And I want to make sure that those parks, those community halls, those facilities, the infrastructure, our businesses, and all the nonprofit, they remain better and they improve better, the progress. That's what I want to do, make sure the progress is there and it's continued. Our city leaders are doing a great job, and I want to continue that, and also want to improve as the times change, because the technology is causing changes, the environment is causing changes. So I want to keep up with the changes and make sure that all the facilities, all the resources are correctly used for the well-being of the community, well-being of the society, well-being of the Lakewoodians. So please vote for me. Thank you.
Ahmed Rafi. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate the time.
You're welcome. My pleasure. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
to be here.
All right, that's our episode of Brick by Brick. Remember, keep building community one conversation at a time, and we'll see you in the next one.